No, myself. Okay.
And they are not sculptures learning about great work of art. They actually draw on the mind and the mind but draw on because learn the teaching is just in the way and a professor is they always remember which person I love it why should the objective and
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'm listening.
Sir, please, some of them are reaching or are because not getting anything.
I cannot hear you.
And I've seen
Yes,
other people on giving us a. So if the teachings is not on a,
We have already informed the house that we want to start by 12:20.
media like sorry for that we
We will be starting in the next minute.
okay, sir.
Concerning there was a classification that the brother police started with a year, we called the police and the rest. What we need was by the air grade of the class, which evaluation because some of the budget grades and asked to keep the official parameter. Some students said forward. I don't know where they are fireworks with that fire. Go back to the painting my own, all that. This is the question. What am I alone at? And when you ask the group, what type of something you want to play, say, or they had one and something. So you call, how many of you can dance? Then some girls, some boys also came forward. Then the teacher said, okay, everybody. Give us the rhythm. The one boy raised the rhythm. Madam, it is not that
Hello, sir. Maybe better.
Another opportunity for learning. So we can do an acquisition to help ourselves, bring ourselves up this man continually, and bring ourselves with the comparison. You believe that when you learn about students, they should be learning. And so you compare why we are going to and learning. What we might call something that is laborious, which is to buy it. But if you pay up according to the way, then we know that what we are and sold and our basket of orange. But we know what we plan, what is done. And our plan has sold. But nobody for territorial levels of confidence, similarly, no teacher understanding. The teacher cannot say, I taught some people.
All right. All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah,
Good afternoon, sir.
yeah, thank you. Please, because of the numbers, if everybody is to unmute the mic and talk, we are going to have chaos. So please, when you want to talk, you raise your hand and then I'll call you. Okay. I don't know what these people want to ask to do. Rebecca, what is the problem? Hello. Hello, Rebecca. Franklin Foley.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is the problem?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm just concerned about the sound, but I think now it's okay. So it's okay,
So
sir.
you should lower your hand.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you should lower your hand if it is
Oh
okay.
yeah. At first it was noise. Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, so let's start. Let's start. Let's start with a word of prayer from Adraina Opon. Adraina, can you pray with us? Hello, can you hear me? Adraina Opon, can you pray with us? Oh, Adraina has left. Japan Francis, can you pray with us?
Father, we are most grateful for this opportunity to do orientation for the off-campus teaching practice. We pray you come and be with us. Let this program be successful and give us the insight to be able to pursue our off-campus very well. To your glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 All right, so this is a short off-campus teaching practice orientation.
Reflect. What I'm saying, reflect. Also, okay, so you said.
Yeah, so there's the outline. We'll look at why off campus. We'll look at expectations from you. We'll also look at the internship manual and then question and answers. Okay, so please reserve your questions, and when I'm done, you ask your questions. If you can hear me, type yes in the chat. If you can hear me, type yes in the chat. All right. All right. So let's start. Why off-campus? Why off-campus teaching practice? What we normally call off-campus. Why? Why should we let students go to? Oh, please, who is that? Eh? I am mute and that person on mute. Who is it? Oh, a lot.
It's better you mute all of us. It's better you.
No, that I mute everybody and they will mute themselves. I wish we could have a setting where I allow. Okay, so let's continue. Why do we have to let you go through this stress? If I may ask, why do we have to let students do off-campus teaching practice? The reason is simple. The reason is simple. Teaching is a profession. Teaching is a profession. And in profession, we have what you call apprenticeship. So you must learn under an experienced person in order to also graduate to be experienced. So that is why we need to go for this off-campus teaching practice. Grace Amoakon Abdul Akil Amobre, please, what is the problem? Hello.
Hello, sir.
What is the problem?
Sir, I think some aspect why when they come, they will not. I think that is the problem. Instead of them to meet themselves, they will just come in and left everything. That is the problem.
No, these people have raised their hands and I'm asking them, let me lower it. Please wait after the presentation and then you come with your questions. Huh? Okay. So just as I said, teaching is a profession and you need to be an apprentice before you can become a master. So that is the need for this off-campus teaching practice so that as students you can let me, who is Seiram Abla Auve? Seiram Abla Auve. Hello. Hello, Seiram Abla Auve. Hello. Who is Seiram Abla Auve?
Sir, please, I'm the one.
Yeah, what is your problem?
The way they are joining with their microphones on, when you off it and they on it back, and it's distracting the class, that's the challenge.
Okay. Okay, so let's continue. So, in effect, this is a national requirement. It's a national requirement that you, as a teacher, you should go through some teaching practice. Okay. Now, after this, I think next year, when next year passes, the next year we are not going to see it like this. Starting this next academic year, we are starting what we call supported teaching. That one, they will start the off campus, so to say, from year 1 to year 4. Okay. So why do we require you to do the off campus? One, it is a national requirement. 2, it is a requirement for graduation. We have those who come with masters, those who come with first degree. They all need to do the off-campus teaching practice because it's a national requirement. Okay. And also, we also want to expose you to how to teach in the senior high school, teaching in senior high school. We also want to expose you to teaching in the senior high school. And also, some of you have the ambition of teaching in the senior high. So when you go for this off-campus teaching practice, you can easily get an assurance. If you want to go and teach at that school, you can easily get the assurance. So that is, these are some of the reasons why you must do your off-campus teaching practice. Excuse me. Okay, so what do we expect from you? One, we expect that you go there and teach your assigned subject. And by teaching your assigned subject, we expect that you have mastery over the subject assigned. You see, whatever you are going to do in that school, you are doing that for posterity. Let me say this again. Whatever you are doing in that school, somebody is saying volume. My volume is 100%. So does it mean you can't hear me well?
Sir, we can hear you clearly.
All right.
If somebody can't hear you, then I think it's the network, please.
Okay. Okay. Now let's continue. So when you go there, we expect that you teach your science subject. You have command over your science subject. You see, never think that these children are just, or these students are children, so you can just these ones are children, so you can just do anything. I've supervised some students who, it seems they don't prepare for the class, thinking, well, then what do these students know? That is very bad. That is very bad. Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. So whatever class that is assigned you, you teach it well. Then you support extracurricular activities. we don't expect you to be there 24/7, but then there are times you may have to support some of the activities if you have the time. All these things will build your social capital. When you involve yourself in the activities, you build your social capital so that later, if you want assurance, you can have it. If you want assurance, you can have it. Okay. You should undertake simple research. You should not just go there, teach, and leave. At times, there may be some simple things that might baffle you. You are trying to teach a certain concept, the students are not getting it well. You know you are doing your best, but they are not getting it. Why don't you sit down, research small into the right way of teaching that course or the reason why students are not getting it? You can do that even by interviewing them. You can also do that by observation.
Who are those sharing their screen instead of the master?
This will let you
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so let's continue. I had a call. So you should undertake some simple research. Those of you who are at level 300, these are some of the issues you can use for your actual senior research project. We have made research seem like a big task where you need to give it to some couples somewhere who have to do it for you. That is bad. That is very bad. That is very bad. If after your first degree you cannot write a research, a simple senior project, then it means you are not fit to continue to do your master's, because master's is about research. So if you cannot do it, then you don't want to continue. Okay. And also we expect that you lead a life worthy of emulation by both staff and students. We always teach that before you start any lesson, you must necessarily start with a prayer and end with a prayer. And you should also start with a word of admonition. Whether from the Bible or common motivation. Okay. That is what we expect. And then you go there, please note that you are there as a Valley View University student. You are there as a Valley View University student. And that's all Valley View University morals must apply. So we don't allow you as a student on campus. You can wear your earrings, fine. If you're a lady, you can wear your earrings. but then we don't expect you to dress anyhow. The men, the crazy jeans, the women, that revealing attire. Please, if you do that, you are being you are doing a disservice to yourself and to the institution you represent. There was once a student who was recommended a past Valley View student who was recommended for to a company, and the person recommended this lady and said, "Oh, when this lady comes, you will see her because her appearance is exceptional. Because he's a Valley View product, so she doesn't dress anyhow. So once she comes, you will see her." So the interview ended, and then they picked students, the workers they want. And then this lady went back to the person who recommended her that I didn't get the job. So he called, the person quickly called the HR. But didn't you see my student? He said, "Oh, all those that came, I didn't see anybody who looks like a Valley View student too." Then the person asked the student, "How did you dress?" He says, "My friends told me that when you're going for the interview, you need to wear some revealing dress. You need to wear some revealing dress to make yourself attractive." And said, "Yes, that is the reason." So this person was not expecting you to dress like that. So my people, once you're a Valley View student, you should make sure that at least you present yourself in a modest way that might represent the school well. Now, we also have had some adverse behavior of students commonly reported. Let's look at some of them. One, we have received reports of some students not having mastery over the subject. So they go to the classroom and they don't know what they are teaching. They don't know what they are teaching. And that has been reported, and it's very bad. Another thing is absenteeism from assigned periods. You have agreed on some assigned period, let's say Tuesday 10 to 12, but then some of the students would never show up for those lessons. And that has also been reported. And also failure to prepare lesson notes. Some students feel that they don't owe anybody anything, so they don't prepare lesson until the supervisors are coming. And that is bad. That is bad. If that case is found out, if you are found out, then you have yourself to blame. Okay. Now, disrespecting authority. Some have been reported that they disrespect their mentors and even the school authorities. Their mentors and school authorities. And also having illicit relationship with students. You see, we have also had reports where some guys go there and then have illicit relationship with students, and that is also very bad. Mm. I want to reiterate this. Whatever you do, you are doing that for posterity. If you went to a school and you have been accepted, make sure you leave on a clean note so that when other students later go there, they will also be accepted. So please, let's note that these things are not ethical. Hello.
Hello, Tay.
Hello. Yes. Please, I'm in a meeting, so can we talk later?
Sure.
All right. So please, let's take note. And also, there have been reports of students abandoning practice after supervision. Immediately after supervision, they don't go again. That is very bad. You have to go finish the semester with them, or the allotted time we have stated in the letter. Please do that. We also have some cases where students fill the student internship manual themselves. Students fill internship manuals themselves. And that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. So if you have found out, you have filled the whole course. Okay. So these are some useful links. That is off-campus teaching practice, what Dr. Pepra did with you. These are some videos. I'll share the PowerPoint with you so that you can watch these videos and then refresh your memory as you do your teaching practice. All right. Okay. Now we'll look at the student internship manual. But before that, let me take your questions. Let me take questions about what I've said so far. Let me take questions about what I've said so far so that I can continue with the student internship manual. Hey, Mr. Boy.
Hello?
Yes, please. Yes, if you have any question.
Yes, I said, frankly, my question.
Okay.
Sir, you talk about you praying in the class before beginning maybe the lesson. Would the supervisor agree with you, or are they aware of this? Because sometimes you might plan to do this, and at the end of the day, maybe the time you are supposed to use, maybe it is involved or it is included, and you are praying using some of the time to pray. Won't it be a problem, or the supervisor is aware of that, sir? Thank you.
Now, how many minutes are you using to pray? My brother, how many minutes do you want to use to pray? Just a simple prayer. So it's not that long prayers. It's a simple prayer. Nyafe na yebeto yeda wasio nyamye grandma a class ho let's sing ye you. Please, that is not what we are talking about. Polly, That is not what we are talking about. We are talking about starting with a word of prayer, uh an admonition.
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello, sir.
yes, I'm
Yeah,
listening.
yeah, sir. Mine has to do with the preparation of lesson notes. Please,
Okay.
we have not been supplied with the lesson notes, neither from the school or where we are practicing now. So, please, how do we then prepare the lesson notes?
Okay, let me ask. When you are doing your off-campus, how were you preparing the lesson notes? Were you supplied
Please,
with lesson
yeah,
notebooks?
for me, yeah, at the college level, we were supplied with lesson notebooks. So we were even having
Good.
lesson
So
notes
you use,
before we.
good. So you use what you have.
At the college level.
Yes. Or you can use, if you don't have, you can use a notebook. You see, have writing a lesson note serves as the blueprint for your teaching. So if you don't write a lesson note, how do you teach? So if you don't write a lesson note, it's a big crime. It's a
Yeah,
big crime in teaching. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Actually, I have a book. For me, I'm talking for me. I have a book that I prepared, but not. It does not follow like the format at which I should prepare a lesson note.
Hello, sir, I can't hear anything. No. Sir, I can't hear anything.
Hello. Oh, yeah, continue. You said it doesn't follow the format.
Yeah, like
Let
I
me check.
prepared before.
Yeah, we have to prepare. We asked of lesson notes, and then they said we will be giving lesson notes. So I just bought an exercise book and then do prepare whatever I'm going to teach on the exercise book and then just teach. But it's not like the lesson note that I prepare for my primary schools. Like you have your activities and then
Exactly.
even now they are changing the format. So it's not like that.
Yeah,
But I just prepare something that will be serve as a guide for me to teach.
exactly. So I don't
No, you
prepare
don't
it
just
like
prepare
my
something.
point is.
You listen. You should prepare a standard lesson note. I know they have changed the structure with the new curriculum. So if that is what you are using, you must use that. The thing is, you are in training, so you don't behave like you are on your own. I hope you are getting me. You don't behave like you are on your own. Do the right thing. That is what we are imploring. Do the right thing. So you don't go there with some few notes in your book and start to teach. No. Prepare the lesson note and have your note as well. The note you give the student should be separate from your lesson note. That is it. I hope I'm clear.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon,
Hello.
sir.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Please, my question is just about what my brother already asked about the teaching lesson note. I can remember back at training college when we were about to do our teaching practice, we paid some
Mhm.
amount, and that amount they were given some teaching lesson notebooks that will guide us to prepare our lesson notes when we go out for the teaching practice. But if I don't forget, like last year, we paid about 5.6. I don't know whether if the school can maybe do something that will give us those things, and that will help us to go through smoothly?
Oh, my brother, that is the reason why you went through on-campus teaching practice. You are also a teacher, a practicing teacher, right? You have been taught how to write lesson notes. The school is not giving lesson notebooks. The school is not giving lesson notebooks. You should have your own notebook, FOSCAP notebook, just as you use for the on-campus teaching practice, and then
Please, I can't hear
you
you.
continue. Hello, can you hear me? Can somebody hear me? If you can hear me,
yes, I can hear you.
We can hear you. Carry on.
Yeah. No, you are all. We are not giving. The school is not giving.
Charlie, you guys should turn off your
Who
cameras.
is giving this feedback? The school is not giving. The school is not giving lesson notebooks. You don't give lesson notebooks to students to write in. You use a FOSCAP book to do that. You use FOSCAP book to do that. We don't print lesson notebooks for students. That is it. Please
Hello, Mr. Duncan.
raise your hand. Raise your hand before. Okay, you continue.
Okay.
Hello,
Please, my mentor said he needs. Hello, Mr. Duncan. My mentor said he needs the internship book before he can proceed with the internship with me. So how do I get
the
one?
internship book? I've forwarded a soft copy to you. Have you not received it? Hello.
Please.
I've sent
No, please. I've not
a
received
soft
any.
copy. Which campus?
Accra campus.
Which campus? Oh, Accra.
Accra, please. Yes.
Ask your course rep. Ask your course rep.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, please, this is say. Please, sir, this is about the lesson note. I per se, I am in the JHS. So can I use the lesson notebook that I'm using to teach the in the JHS?
Yes, you can use the lesson notebook, but then you should not continue. You should open maybe the latter part. You can use the latter part for it.
Okay, sir.
But then,
Hello, sir.
what do you do? Listen. What do you do if the mentor takes it and don't give it to you immediately? You may also need it in your school.
Okay.
So
okay, sir.
you must know how to use it. Yeah,
okay,
let
sir.
me read a question from here. Somebody is saying, it says, talking about stopping teaching after supervision, my letter stated that the duration in the field is 31st of last month to 28th of this month. Now it is 28th of May, not April. Please, the supervision is up to the end of May, not April. Juliana. So please, if there is anything, let's correct it. It is up to the end of May. Okay. It says, should we give our lesson notes to the school for vetting? Yes. You must give your lesson notes to your mentor for vetting. You must give your lesson notes to your mentor for vetting. Okay. Francis at that point, you can ask your question. Hello. Francis at that point, you can ask your question. Isaac Opare. Isaac Opare. I don't know. Why some people you mute and they unmute themselves? Okay. Yeah, Felicia is asking whether Vivi is going to pay mentors. Yes. When we come for supervision, we pay the headmaster per the school. We pay assistant headmaster. We are going to pay the mentors. The mentors, we are going to pay them per the number of students they have supervised. And then, what do you call it? Yeah, these are the people we pay. Yes. So we'll pay the mentor, we'll pay the assistant head academic, and we'll pay the headmaster or the headmistress. Okay. Now, someone is saying, I have been given assurance by a headman, but as you speak, my HOD said they are yet to prepare a new timetable. So I have not been able to start. What should I do now? You must wait on them. They will have to let you know when to start. Okay. Is it appropriate to go for your unfinished lesson note in your school and use it to prepare the note? You can do that, but then if you give it to the mentor in the secondary school and he doesn't give it to you immediately, you may also need it at your basic school. So you must check those two things out. So Atanga, Matthew, Millicent, Emefa, let me hear you and then I can go on. Lukman is saying, with the lesson notes, which format are we to use? Because SHS teachers have not been trained on the new curriculum. Okay. Now, this is an issue. The SHS teachers are still using the old lesson note format. GHS primary are also using the new. Okay. You can use whichever you are comfortable with. Or you can also ask your mentor. You can also ask your mentor which one you are supposed to use, so he can follow and then help you. He or she can follow and help you. It is not the time to go and fight with the mentor. That is not the time to fight with the mentor. Please, if somebody is talking, let the person finish talking. Okay, you come on. Let me hear you. Hello, let me hear you.
Okay. Sir, please, when I went to my school, my mentor said for 2 consecutive years, VBU gave him students to mentor. But after that, they collected his particulars that they will pay him, but he has not received anything. And because of that, he was reluctant. He doesn't want to help me. St. Martin. St. Martin Senior High School in Salama, Nigeria.
Okay. Now, let the mentor get you the names of those students.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Let the mentor get you the name of the student so that we can know, because when a supervisor comes, the supervisor is supposed to pay the mentor and everybody. At times, there can be a situation whereby the headmaster can take it and say that, hello. At times, the headmaster can take it and say that I'll give it to them. Hello.
Okay. Okay, sir, please, I can hear you.
Let me know the students, and then we can follow up from there. Okay, please, let's go on to this one. This is the student internship manual. This is the student internship manual. Please let me land. Let me land. Let me land. Let me land with what I've started, so that you can come in with another thing. Yeah, thank you. I've shared this file with the campus coordinators. So Techiman, if you have Techiman here, this off-campus manual is with, I think she has shared Dr. Patricia Nyamiche. Mr. Boadu also has it. Tamale, Dr. Saribediako has it. Kumase, Madam Jemima Efiye has it. Accra, I've shared it with the course reps. Accra, I've shared it with the course reps. So please, if you have not gotten the file, contact your campus or contact your course rep. This is the off-campus teaching practice manual. Okay, so let's go on. Now let's look at the content. You have the general information. Now, what can you see? You see first supervision by mentor, second supervision by mentor. If you see it, type yes. If you can see that, first supervision by mentor, second supervision by mentor, type yes. All right, thank you. Okay, now, what we expect is that you are supervised by your mentor at least 3. Your mentor should supervise you at least 3, at most 4. So it can be, let's say, every other week. So this week, you will prepare, and the mentor will supervise you for 1 lesson, and then you can discuss, do your corrections, and then next week you have another school, you have another teaching again to be supervised. Okay. Now, between that, you can have your normal teaching without the mentor sitting in to implement what you have been directed. Okay. So we have first supervision, second supervision. We have third supervision, fourth supervision. And then we have a mentor's evaluation of mentee's performance. And then we also have a sample of the teaching, the rubrics that we'll use to assess you. Okay. Now let's look at this. We have the SIM 1, SIM 2, SIM 3. I hope you are following. Yeah. Okay. We have SIM 1, SIM 2, SIM 3. Good. Now, SIM 1 is, what do you call it? the planning stage. We'll go in there. Sim 2 is the post-teaching experience. And the Sim 3 is the intern teaching evaluation form. So before you go to teach to be supervised, you should fill the planning stage. After teaching, you fill the post-teaching. And then your mentor will use the intern teaching evaluation form to evaluate you. That is for one supervision. The second supervision also follows the same format. Okay, let's go. Okay, what I'm saying is that your mentor should supervise you at least 3. Okay, to be recorded. Okay, so the first supervision by your mentor, if you agree that, okay, this week, Thursday 8 to 9, I'm going to do my first supervision, then you must fill the planning stage. We'll go into the details. Then after teaching, you come to fill the teaching experience. That is the post-teaching experience. And then the mentor will use the Sim 3 to evaluate you. Let's go into the main thing. Okay, so this is Sim 1. Sim 1, you fill the name of the school, you fill the class. So let's say name of the school, Ransom and Zucchini SHS. So if that is your school, which class? At 1B. Which day are you teaching? I'm teaching on Tuesday. As a Thursday. Which date is that? What will be Thursday's date? Today is Wednesday, so tomorrow that is 21st. The time, what time? 3 p.m. What is the
22nd.
Come again. The year. Wednesday will be 22nd. Okay, sorry. Wednesday will be 22nd. Then the year is 2021. Okay. So that's it. So you fill the top, and then it says state at least one of the objectives of your instruction. So what are the objectives of that lesson? So you list at least 3 here. Now, then state the previous knowledge or skills relating to today's lesson. Oh, please, who is that?
Please, colleagues, let's.
Okay, so state the previous knowledge. What is the previous knowledge? Okay. So demonstrate how you are going to help those learners who do not have the
You guys should
previous
put
skill.
up the camera so.
Please, the thing is, when you put on your camera, you are wasting the data of your friends, because it consumes a lot of data, and since they are looking at you, they also need to use data to see you. So please turn off your webcams. Okay, so this part demonstrate how you are going to help those learners who do not have previous skill. In this part, in this second part, you have said that maybe you are teaching what give me one thing to teach.
Number basis.
You are teaching number basis.
The number base.
Okay, and what is the previous experience? Student. What?
Indices.
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 Is the indices the topic or the previous knowledge? We are teaching number bases. So base 2, base 5, base 10. Okay. What is the previous knowledge? The previous knowledge might be that children know how to count in tens. Okay. Now you get to the classroom and you realize that what you are saying they know, they don't know, or some of them don't know. So that is what the third part is asking.
Hello, sir.
How do you help them?
What you guys are doing is very bad, though. Keep your cameras. Please, you are pointing fufu. It's very bad.
If you are off that place, to help us.
No, I can only mute, but I can't turn off somebody. Okay, let me see. Who is that? What is the name? What is the name? Okay.
It's Christian something. He's back again. Please, bro, turn off your camera.
What, Christian Akuti? Is it Christian Akuti? Or Christian?
Yes, please. That's his name.
No, if you don't take care, okay, I think it is gone now. All right. So you when you realize this is not when you should also think about if the students don't have the previous knowledge, what will I do? So that is what you put here. And then the fourth part, state the strategies you are going to use in order to achieve your objectives. So this part is your TLA, huh? Your TLA. Okay. Now indicate new skill or knowledge learner will add. After teaching everything, what will be the new knowledge that the learner will have? And that thing should be based on your objectives. Okay. Now, the fifth part is saying that indicate one major challenge you foresee and how you are going to solve it. You are going to teach number basis. So what are the challenges you foresee? maybe you have asked them to bring sticks to be used for the lesson. You don't have control over whether they will bring it or not. So that is a challenge. Don't bring it, what will I do? That is a challenge. I hope you are getting it. You are going to use a projector to teach. So there is a possibility of light off. If there's a light off, what will I do? So these are the things you need to state. And then afterwards, you sign, and your mentor should also sign. That is before you teach. And then after you have taught, you come to feel the post-teaching experience. Okay, so list the strengths of the lesson today. So what were your strengths? What do you think you did well? Now, your weakness. Now, when you are frank with some of these things, it tells you. It doesn't mean that we are going to look at it and then score you low. No. That gives us even the courage to give you a mark that is good, because we know this person is learning. Even if the final one doesn't go well, we know that this person has learned over time. Maybe it's some frustration that has set, that fear, stage fright. So be truthful and go through the process. And it says that state how you structured your activities in order to cater for varied interests of the learners. How did you structure your activities? How did you go about because what you stated might not be the same as what you did. So what did you do that makes it work? Okay. Now the fourth one is state the interventions you adopted to help those with low or average learning capability. So how did you help those who were low? Okay, so what is your overall? Oh, look at this.
What kind of village life is that?
Abdullah, please kindly.
Oh.
Yo, my guy, off your video. What's up?
Okay, you let me go on and then finish. And then state the strategies you adopted to that made your teaching successful or unsuccessful. So if you taught and you felt that it was not successful, why? So that you don't repeat it. State clearly why you think you're able to achieve or not achieve your objectives. You must be truthful about it. And then you sign, and your mentor should also sign. Okay. Now we go to the sim 3.
Hello.
Who is this person? Who is this person? Okay, let's look at the third sim, the sim 3. Now, this sim 3 is what the HOD will use to assess you. That is what the HOD will use to assess you. So, or not the HOD, the mentor will use to assess you. So you fill the top, and then you also indicate from 0 to 5. So you can also go through it so that you get the best. Now, what at times people do is that because they know the mentors, they are not doing things well, they hide the book from the mentors, and then later they come to fill it themselves. Please tell everyone that God will not be happy with anyone who does that. There will be a curse on anyone who does that. I hope I'm not speaking harsh. Because those are the people who are, those are the people who are giving Valley View bad names. They go for off-campus and then they do their own thing. They go there, they don't give their manuals out, and then after everything, they sit in their homes and then forge signatures. So please, if any one of you does that, I know God will not bless the person. So do the right thing, and God will do the rest. Okay, so that is the first supervision. Okay, so you continue with the second, the third, the fourth, and then you are done. Okay, now let me, when the supervisors come, when we come for teaching practice, supervision, we are going to use this form. This is the form. So this form is not for your mentors. We are going to use this form to assess your teaching. So when the supervisor is going to check whether your objectives were relevant, measurable, specific, if it is that, they'll give you 5. If it is not, they give you the others. Then the summary, core point. Are you writing it well? We give you a point. Teaching activities, teaching and learning resources, subject and pedagogical knowledge. How to teach. Pedagogy is how to teach children. Introduction of the lesson, presentation of the lesson, pace and audibility, how you are taking your time to teach them. Questioning, use of the chalkboard, use of the learning resources, communication. Okay, so what I would advise is that as students, you can, when you print that part, you must look at all these things and look at what we want. Under communication, we expect that teacher uses correct expressions, correct student language errors. When student says anything is not when you correct, encourage students to pay attention to their use of language and uses of uses effective verbal and non-verbal communication. Avoid language mannerism. You see, and massa. After one sentence, massa. It's not right. So you can go through all these things to know what exactly we want, so that as you teach, you incorporate some of these things. Okay, so this is the student internship manual. Any question?
Hello.
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 Hello. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes. I have a question. Okay, I want to know whether the supervisor that will come from Valley View to supervise our work, are we going to be giving a particular day that they will come and supervise our work?
Yes, yes. The lecturer, the supervisor will communicate to you. Once we are going to release the list. Once we release the list, I will advise that you create WhatsApp groups for the lectures. So we'll give you the lectures numbers, you create WhatsApp for the lectures so that you can communicate in the group. When the lecturer is coming to check on it, you see, look at some of these people. These are the very people we are doing the training, they are talking, but later they will come back to say that I didn't get anything. They didn't even explain anything to us. Okay, so you create a WhatsApp group so that the lecturer can give you his or her itinerary. The lecturer can say that, okay, I'm starting on 12th of May and be ending on 22nd. So on the 12th, I will be in Tamale. So all schools in Tamale, I will supervise all schools in Tamale on the 12th. And then on 13th, I will move to, I don't know the town, sure, Cherepone. Then after Cherepone, I'll come to Sablugu. And then after Sablugu, I'll go to, where again? So the lecturer will give you his or her itinerary in the group. So at every point in time, you can follow the lecturer and know where the person is. At times, we may give the itinerary, but you go to a school and then you spend time on due time that you are not able to meet your target. So when that case happens, the lecturer will communicate that, okay, I was supposed to come to Atankregwa Senior High School, but I will not able to do that today. So tomorrow, early in the morning, I'll come to your place before I go to Seshuyo also. Okay, so that is it. So at times, the lecturers will have to, some of us take taxis. So as soon as we are done, it quickly rushes us to other stations. So that is how it goes. Okay, any other question?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, please, sir. I have inboxed my question in the chat platform.
Oh. 0597. You said you praise. Okay, let me read the question here. It says, if you're lucky and please, Mohammed Awa Adam, when you are in a public forum, you don't use text writing. He said, and please don't do that. Don't do that. This is a public forum. If you have personal chat with your colleagues, you use those ones. And you use N, there you use E. That is in your personal, but when you are on an official platform, please write formal. Okay. So it says, if you are lucky and students have no problem with RPK, do you feel the part Please. Yes. That is before. You are doing the thing before. That is before. So you should look at the RPK and should look at what if the student don't have the RPK. Because maybe you taught them, you are teaching democracy. And you taught them the meaning. So if the meaning is your RPK, what about if a student didn't come to school that day you taught them? What will you do? So you must fill every part. And then Salman Faris is saying, sir, please, so when your mentor finished supervising you, is he going to leave his comments or he will leave it for the final? He will leave the comment in the book so that you look at it and then polish yourself for another supervision. Okay. Any other question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please, sir, I want to find out, is the supervisor going to supervise just once?
Yes. The one who comes to supervise you from Valley View will come only once. But your mentor is expected to supervise you at least 3. So that in all you have 4 supervisions.
So who retains the internship book? Is it you or the supervisor will take it away?
It is the student who retains it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay. David.
Hello, Duncan.
Yes, sir.
My issue is when I went to my school, there were 6 different other people from other universities.
Okay.
And then the class is only 1. So the HOD told me to join the colleagues who are there. But when I found out from them, I was told that the mentor has not given them anything yet. So even they themselves, they go there and teach what they know or what they brought from their schools. And because the class is only 1, you don't even know how to schedule it, because before you go there, they've already prepared their whatever they want to teach, and then they go there to teach. So I don't know what to do, Mr. Duncan.
Yes, thank you for this question. This is very simple. You are about 6 people. Why don't you sit down, look at what the students have done? You have the syllabus. You look at what the students have done, where they have reached, and then share the topics accordingly. Excuse me. Hello. Good afternoon. Okay. Please go to Columbia School of Education. Yes. Then probably. If you know me, then that is right. So when you go there, call and let me talk to any of the students in the office. Okay. Okay, so please, you must sit down. Yours will even be easier. Sit down and then make an arrangement.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Duncan. Another issue is that because the mentees are around, the mentor himself, he doesn't avail himself. So to even get you to supervise you is also another problem.
You must present your book to him. You must present your book to him. that this is what you are supposed to do, and then he will make time for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
If he doesn't do that, then you can also discuss with the HOD, and if the HOD, because whoever supervises you is the one we are going to remunerate. So if the person doesn't supervise you, we cannot give him anything when we come. Him or her anything when we come.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello.
And the subject master out here.
Come
who is going to do?
Who is going to?
Who is going to?
I'm not getting you. I'm not.
I am saying that.
Can you type it in the chat?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So I'm saying that when you come to school per day, I'm saying it, and I happen to be subject master or they taking them at the course. And therefore, who is going to be my mentor? The for me. I'm talking about
it is the school that must give you a mentor. So see the HOD and ask, please, who is my mentor? They must give you a mentor.
In that, when you come to school, in
hello,
school, and I'm doing my off-campus program.
You are doing off-campus teaching in where?
At where I am teaching.
Okay, let's continue. Nkrumah Bia says some of us are doing it. Nkrumah Bia, I just mentioned the use of shorthands in formal conversation, and I want to stress it is bad. When you are in a public forum, use a formal language. Don't shorten it. The art, look at the art. Some of us are doing it at a place where there is no network. So what is the problem with it? Dunia Robert, please, is that the school who chooses the mentors? Hey, bro, for the mentees, or the mentees can do that? Please let me also advise your expression. You must try and then bring yourself up a little if you feel that you cannot express yourself well. Because if you should stand before these children and then mess up, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. So it is the school that chooses the mentor. Okay. Please, is it possible for us to change our school? So contact your campus. Please, those of us doing it at JHS and teacher, Christina Botre, why that? If yours was a special case, then let's talk later. Bright Owusu says, please, I learned there will be a book for which our members will record our progress. This is the book I'm showing you. That is the off-campus student internship manual, Bright. Please, how do we get the student internship? I've already shared this. I've already shared this book. Hello?
I'm currently on a plane, actually to Odam plane.
Okay. Yeah. But your man, I grown up back, no, Obama 90 cities. Hello. Okay, so let me go on. It says, oh, who are those? Let me, oh, that person, if that person doesn't take, I'll take the person off the meeting. Hmm? Okay, now let me, another question.
Please, please, beg.
Okay, so one question is that Eugenia, I've already shared this manual with course reps and then campus coordinators. So please get in touch. You should have it. You should have the soft copy. Juniors, does the mentor has to mark the lesson notes? Yes. The mentor must vet any lesson note you go to the classroom to teach. Every lesson note. Every lesson note. Okay. Please, sir, I want to know whether the cost of the transportation of the supervisor is to be bad. Please check your spelling. By the student or Valley View School. Okay. Not Valley View School, Valley View University or School of Education. Please, I want to state again, this is a public forum. So whatever you type, you must check it well before you put it out there. Now, we are going to accommodate lecturers. Lecturers accommodation, lecturers feeding, lecturers TNT is borne by Valley View University. It's part of the off-campus teaching practice fee you pay. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
The thing is,
we are grateful.
If you are in Tamale, the supervisor, if you are the only person, the supervisor will come and supervise you. If you are 10 in the school, the supervisor will also come to supervise you. Okay. Under no circumstance should a supervisor demand money or anything from students. Everything has been taken care of. And under no circumstance should students also bribe a supervisor. I hope you are getting the two sides. Supervisors have been advised not to take anything from students, to change anything or even just taking anything from students. And students are also not to bribe supervisors or do anything that might influence their scores.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because I'm very grateful. I asked that question.
Come again. Come again. Okay. So if there is
I said I'm very grateful for the answer you gave me.
Yeah, okay. If
I put on that question.
Okay. If a lecturer comes and then demands that you give him something, him or her something, you can report. You can report. And you should not pay. You should not pay. There's a thin line between courtesy. At times, some of the students, you tell them, okay, I'll be coming to, I'll come to, let's say, Techiman, but I'll read there in the evening, sleep over, and then in the morning, I'll supervise all the people in Techiman. Some of the students, before you get there, would have booked the hotel for you, sleep in. That has not been demanded. And that is not your duty. You can book a hotel for the supervisor, but then you can reserve it so that the lecturer comes to pay. Please, I hope you are getting it. You can reserve the hotel. You go there, you look out for the various prices. So one is 30 cedis, one is 70 cedis, one is 80 cedis. You talk to the supervisor and he says that, okay, I'll prefer the 70 cedis one or the 150 cedis one. Then you reserve it for the person. And then when the supervisor comes, the supervisor has been given money to pay. So that should not be your burden. It should not be your burden. You should not go about collecting money. Some also use that as business. They will go around collecting money. Let's pay this so that when the supervisor comes, we do this and do that. No, my people, do your best and God will do the rest. Justica, sir, can we do the practice at the GHS? No. No. The reason I'm saying no, we have granted a few of them. Now the thing is, there is a great disservice if you do your practice at the GHS. One, if you do that, it is likely getting access to SHS for you will be difficult. So please take note. Take very critical note. So some of you have a whole lot of excuses. You do that and you are going to nail yourself in the foot. You are going to nail yourself in the foot. Because some of the schools, let's say in your area, you have only one SHS. And you want to, or some few of them, you want to do it in the GHS. In the end, you want to teach in that school. So how do you do it? Okay. As the Kanda says, good afternoon, please. I would love, please type your questions instead of okay. Please, I would love to know if it is mandatory to pay any supervisor. And again, should any supervisor ask for a remuneration, what should be our response? Now, if any supervisor asks you to pay anything, I want to repeat it, if any supervisor asks you to pay anything, you tell him that you had an orientation and I said no supervisor should take anything from a student. If the person doesn't get it, you can call so that we investigate the matter. And I don't think that should affect your mark. It is not going to affect your marks if you do that. Okay. I happen to be math teacher in the school to do my off-campus. Who will mentor me to fill my document? I don't know who granted you that permission, so I can't answer for you at that. Atiso, how do we get in touch with our supervisors? We'll release the list. Atiso, we'll release the list. Okay. Jonah, he said, please, if it happens that the day your supervisor comes, you are not around. For example, if you are sick, what do you do? That is an arrangement. The supervisor will not come tell you a day before. The supervisor, you are all in one group. You should be in a WhatsApp group with the lecturer, the supervisor. So he will tell you when he will be available. And then Sasuwo, the supervision will be once. Yes, from Valley View will be once, but your supervisor, your mentor should supervise you at least 3. Okay. Sasu, can it happen that a supervisor will tell you to meet him at different school for supervision instead of your off-campus teaching school? Yeah, this is one thing we avoid. We want to avoid. When we do that, it gives us a bad name. And that is the more reason why, please mute your mics. So that is the more reason why we don't want anybody to do it at the GHS. You see, GHS is more scattered. So you have one GHS here, and you have another in a village somewhere. The supervisor cannot supervise one person in Tamale and then move to Wa village, some village in Wa, to supervise another person. So there are at times, if you are pressed with time, we ask you to meet, but that is not the practice. In the early moment of the practice, we advise that lecturers visit your school and then supervise you there. Benjamin said, will supervisors call? Please, when I'm talking, I don't know. I said that supervisors, you are going to create WhatsApp groups with the supervisors, so you know when they are coming and they can call. Mohammed Awa, please, after a student has paid for the demands and report the issue, what is going to be the fate of such students? You are not supposed to pay anything. If a lecturer requests of you something, you can call me, or can call if you are in Tamale, you can talk to your campus rector, Dr. Asarbediakon. If you are in Techima, you can talk to Dr. Patricia Nyamiche. If you are in Accra, you can either talk to me or Dr. Palu. And then we can deal with the case. We'll call the lecturer and then investigate the matter. And then, if possible, this lecturer will not supervise again. They know. So if that they dare not. Rashid, he said, please, some of us already have selected JHS. Please, you should change it. You should change it. Because that is not, you are doing secondary education, not Saka. My class, for instance, most of us chose to do it. No. That is not it. Please, if you took GHS initially, please change it to a SHS. No. Rita, please come again with the lesson note writing. I did not get you well. I can't go over everything. You must watch the video. I don't know which part you want me to come over. I can't go over everything. When will supervision start? Supervision is starting from May, I think first week in May. Okay. Okay, so I think we are done. We have spent 2 hours. I didn't intend that we do that. I'm going to make the video available on YouTube so that those who are not able to come would also have a feel of it. And then I think when it got to 1200, all those who came later were rejected. It says, how will a student know that his or her course has been compromised after reporting? I don't know. You can. We'll call for, if you feel that your results have been compromised, we'll look into it. We'll look into it, and then the lecturer will have to submit evidence. Okay. Benjamin Atiso, I understand first years will vacate on the 5th next month. What happens if they go? I don't know. I knew they will vacate at the end of the month, next month. I didn't know, we don't know their vacation by the 5th. So let them reassign you to another class. Let them reassign you. Enoch, sir, please, it's not too late. Isn't, hey, Brophy. Please, Enoch, you must change it. You must change it. But that is not the bargain. That is not, definitely not the bargain. No one asks you to select JHS. No. Sir, please, when I went to my school, I was told by HOD that accounting and costing teachers, so I should teach business management. As an accounting student, will it affect me during the... No, you can teach that course. You can teach it. That is what happens. That is what happens in the real situation. You come out with accounting, but then we need business management, so you can teach it since you all did business. Okay. So that is it. That is it. Thank you for your patience. I've recorded the session. I've recorded the session, and I'm going to make it available. Please, some of us have not received our first online exam results in full. Now, let me tell you one thing. One thing I don't like about Valley View students is that wherever they meet you, they don't consider the environment. They say anything they want to say. What we are doing now is not about your online exam results. You have a channel to ask for your results. This is about your off-campus teaching practice. So if that is what we are discussing, let's discuss that one. So please take note of that. Wherever they meet you, they want to ask you every question in the world. If I don't say that, someone will ask, next, sir, the exams, the timetable is clashing at this time. No, please, I don't want to entertain that. The form tests are coming on 5th, but don't know of the form ones. Please ask and let us know. We are grateful. Okay. Thank you. God bless you. Ola, Please, when exactly is supervision starting? It's starting on 2nd, from 2nd onwards. 2nd to, I think, 20th. Okay. Okay. So, thank you. And please, whatever you are going to do there, I want to state that you are doing that for posterity. For posterity. Never ever do anything that might jeopardize the future of your juniors. Please be a good ambassador so that someday somebody will even look for you. Someday there are people who can go to every land to just search for that teacher who came to do his teaching practice and made him or her what he or she is today. So please do your best and God will do the rest. May God bless you. Let's have a word of prayer. We are praying. Dear Father, into your hands I commit all these students. Lord, they have chosen the path you chose to teach. As they go out or as they started teaching, please grant them wisdom and understanding. Please take away fear from their heart. Never let any of them show incompetence in front of these children. Whenever they stand to teach, please let them have command over what they are going to teach. In the end, let your name be exalted. Please, these students are going to represent Valley View University. They need strength, morally, physically, and spiritually. Please, as they depart, please watch between us till we meet again in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Hello.
Hello.
Sir, please, I didn't see the message earlier. I just saw it and I'm having a question. I'm having a problem. I want you to help me address.
Amen.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, please, at where I'm doing my teaching practice,
Thank you
our
very much,
HOD was saying that the school is not paying them. So we should call and inform our teaching practice, but Bushegu Senior High.
Good. Please, you can give the HOD my number. Huh? Mary upon Owusu. Mary upon Owusu. Yeah, you can let the HOD contact me so that we look into that and then see who to remunerate the HOD. Hmm? Because the money should be with somebody.
Okay. So please, can I get your contact?
0242 0242 94 1361. 0242 94 1361. Okay, so thank you. Have a nice day.
Hello. Thank you. Hello.
Yes.
Oh. Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sorry for me asking this question, but I want to find out whether when the supervisor comes to supervise, are they that want to assign the grade to you, or is the school that going to assign the grade to you?
Yeah, the supervisor that comes will assign a grade to you.
No.
Thank you.
But would also look at what you have already done. The supervisions that have already gone on.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let me stop recording. I hope I can stop recording. Good.